Happy Sunday. Welcome to the playing field on WTOP. As always, I'm your host, Matthew Bishop. Joining me tonight, Matt Stone, Mitch Lamb. Boys, let's get started on today's action. The Colts improved to 4-1 on the season today by coming from behind to beat the Seattle Seahawks 34-28. Over the past two seasons, Colts have had a record of 15-6. That's also the amount of time that Andrew Luck has spent in Indianapolis. Since Andrew Luck arrived in Indianapolis, Peyton Manning has been the starting quarterback in Denver. His record, 18-3. Matt, did the Indianapolis Colts make the wrong move in getting rid of Peyton?
Mitch, I mean, if you were watching the Broncos-Cowboys game today, there's no way that you can tell me that they didn't make the wrong decision. I mean, this guy Peyton Manning is an absolute beast. 457 touchdowns in his career. Obviously, the Super Bowl ring, 4 MVPs, and obviously this season he is well on his way to his 5th. Probably the greatest regular season quarterback that we have ever seen. And here's the thing. In a year that New England is vulnerable and there's really no other team in the AFC that scares you, the Colts would be the favorite in the AFC right now to win the Super Bowl. I mean, this guy Peyton does it time in, time again. And I know you're going to say, 10 years. You know what? We're not sure what Luck's going to be. We've seen RG3 struggle this year. We've seen Russell Wilson struggle.
We know what Luck's going to be.
We've seen it. Hold on.
All right.
Does Luck have that clutch gene to win? Maybe,
Yes.
But Peyton is Peyton. And you know what? The Colts will be a Super Bowl contender for the next 3 to 4 seasons. And you know what? It's so tough to win. And your time winning is so short. It's very hard to sustain success for 6, 7, 8 years straight. And Peyton would give you a shot in 2-3 years to win it every year, to be right there, to be one of the best teams in the AFC. So I really don't think that they should have let him go, and it's going to bite them in the butt.
Look, you're right. If they put Peyton Manning on the Colts right now, they would be a good team because it's Peyton
They'd be the
Manning.
best team.
However, he is having this sustained success because of who he has around him. So no, they made the right decision in letting Manning go. Manning, who knows how long his neck holds up, first of all. He has had an injury history of neck issues. He will come back. He is back, and he's doing fine. But how long does that last? Does that last a year? Andrew Luck will be there for 10-plus years. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, the top of the AFC, are leaving in at most 4 years.
Right, but we don't know what the AFC is going to turn into.
So Andrew Luck and the Colts will be perennial contenders for 10-plus years.
You're basically booking it that Luck's going to be
Yes, because it's
Peyton
a long-haul
Manning.
game. It's a long-haul game. When do you ever see win now work? You don't. It never does.
Yes, it does.
When has an NFL team made a win?
Look what New England did with their sustainability.
That wasn't a win now move. That was a long haul move.
Mitch, does Peyton Manning throw for 50 touchdowns and 5,500 yards
Absolutely.
this year?
Absolutely. Look at Tom Brady's record-breaking season. Through 5 games, Brady had 18 TDs. Peyton Manning has 20.
Right, that's fair.
Peyton Manning is going to blow that record out of the water. Right now, he's on pace for 64. Granted, he will not play the last 2 to 3 weeks of the season. That means he'll
who knows? If the Chiefs are right in there, they could be playing.
Okay, so even more to that point, 64 touchdowns is 14 over that record. Well, that's a little high. He'll still get to 52. He will break this record.
I think he'll be in the mix, but here's the thing. He is playing at such an absurdly elite level right now that it's going to be hard for him to do this week in, week out.
Eventually, he has the same weapons around him.
It doesn't
every
matter.
week.
It's
you
so
can't
hard
guard all those weapons.
So what? He's going to throw for 53 touchdowns and 4 interceptions all season?
No, he'll have more picks, but he will definitely.
So more picks is going to end up leading to less drives that turn into touchdowns.
He will definitely break the touchdown record. There's not a question.
There's
no
guarantee.
Oh no, it's almost guaranteed. How do you guard all his weapons every week?
The thing is, if he has 1 or 2 games back-to-back in a row that he only throws for 1 or 2 touchdowns, that record he's going to have to throw 3, 4 every single week.
And he's thrown 7 and 4 and 3 so far. His lowest game is 2.
Is he going to throw for 7 or 4 every single game?
He's averaging 4 a game. So yes, it's quite possible. He's going to break the record.
I can't see him throwing 4 to 5 touchdowns every single week.
So he doesn't need to. He's on pace for 64. That's 14 over 50. Do the math. He can fall off a bit and still be fine.
I talked about this with Sebastian Edmond on a radio show on WMAO, and we kind of agreed 43, 44. Eventually, the pace is going to slow down. He's not going to be able to reach 50.
He will hit 50, and he will break it. He will hit 52.
Let's jump to the AFC East, where it was really strange this weekend. The Bills, Patriots, and Dolphins all lost their Week 5 games. And tomorrow night, the Jets take on the Atlanta Falcons to hopefully break the streak of AFC East losing.
Hopefully.
So, Mitch,
Yes,
is the AFC East up for grabs, or is it going to the Patriots as always?
The AFC East is absolutely up for grabs, Matt Stone. And want to know who's competing with the New England Patriots? The Miami Dolphins. Next 8 weeks, look who Miami plays. Buffalo, New England, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay, San Diego, Carolina, the Jets, and Pittsburgh. Combined record of 14-21. Now, if you look at New England's schedule, New Orleans, Jets, Miami, Pittsburgh, Carolina, Denver, Houston, and Cleveland. Combined
Houston,
record,
who's getting blown out by the 49ers right
all right,
now.
combined record of 21-16. New England has a tough road ahead, and they aren't playing New England football.
Here's the thing.
They're just not playing New England
I'll
football.
try to give you your chance
Tom
to explain
Brady
this.
can only do so much.
They're 4-1.
Barely.
So
by
what?
the skin
and
on
the Dolphins
their
still
teeth.
have to play the Patriots twice. You're going to beat them both times?
Absolutely.
Oh,
it's,
my God.
It's
You're
totally
ridiculous.
possible this year. The Dolphins are very much alive in the division race.
Hey, Mitch, when is the last time
2007 when Tom
that
Brady went down with
when
with
Tom
an
Brady
ACL
went
injury.
down? Tom Brady every season has been healthy, has won the AFC East.
It's
12-6 all
And
time
this is the
against
year that it
Miami.
snaps.
Tom Brady's consecutive touchdown streaks was snapped today.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, what happens next?
Here's the thing. Wait till Mr. Rob Gronkowski comes back and New England adds it up.
When is that going to be happening there, Dr.
Next couple
Andrews?
weeks. Next
That's
couple
what they've been
weeks.
saying all season,
That's,
though.
yeah.
You know what? I'm not
He'll be
concerned.
back by week 3.
I'm not
He'll be
concerned.
back by
They're
5.
4-1.
It's 5. When's he coming back?
All right, you're saying a difficult schedule
Yes.
for the Patriots. Miami gets New England twice.
Yep.
Cincinnati, who just beat New England.
Yep.
Everyone's sleeping on Pittsburgh right now. I know they're 0-4, but you know what? The Steelers are the Steelers. They still have
They
the
can't
potential
run
to
the
beat
ball.
you.
That's their
They outplay the
mentality. If
Chargers,
you
who
can't
Phillip Rivers
do
has
your
been playing out of
identity,
his
you're
mind.
going to lose.
The fact that you can say right now that the Miami Dolphins are a better team than the Patriots is ridiculous.
No, I'm not saying that.
If they win the division, you're saying they're a better team.
Oh, because it will be by the end of the year. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You struggled against a Ravens team that lost to Buffalo.
Struggle. We scored 23 points.
You
There's not
lost. You lost
struggling.
the game.
Okay, wide receivers had
And here's
4
the
drops
other
on a
thing.
final drive.
You know what? But that spike at
Yep.
the end of the game, that's inexcusable.
Oh,
That's
no,
on
you need to run a
Tannehill.
play there.
That's on Tannehill.
No, that's on Coach Philbin.
No, that's on Tannehill. You're
That's
the
on Coach
quarterback.
Philbin.
Give me a break.
Coach, that's on Coach Philbin.
No.
Coach Philbin was in his ear.
Peyton Manning or Tom Brady would never make that mistake. Come
If
on.
your coach told him to,
No,
you don't think
stop.
so. You don't think so.
Do you
That
see-
second year of the season, you don't think they would have
Do
made that
you see Manning
mistake.
at the line? No. Second. So what? And this is why New England's a better team because Brady's a veteran and Tannehill's
Miami
not.
will win the division.
Oh my
Well,
God!
Miami
You're such a
and
homer.
Miami and New England are no longer undefeated, but there are 3 teams still undefeated in the league after 5 weeks, and there's plenty of teams that can be 5-0 at this point. Matt, who are your top 5 teams in the league?
Right now, top 5 teams.
Hmm.
I think it's clear to me at the top of the Denver Broncos
Yep,
team.
I agree.
And I think the Saints follow them right there. I
Okay.
think the Saints are dangerous. I picked them preseason on WMAO to win the division, and man,
Yep.
they are proving right to me right now that
Yep.
they're going to do that on the road against Chicago. Not an easy game.
Absolutely
Drew Brees
not.
comes in. Very efficient, 2 touchdowns. They get the job done. We saw Seattle had to go on the road today. They lose a tough one to the Colts. So I think Denver 1, New Orleans 2. And here's the thing for me. You know why New Orleans up there at number 2?
Why?
Because they are undefeated and they're going to get home field advantage in the playoffs where, man, they are tough to beat. You don't go to New Orleans and win that
So
easy.
you think they're going to win out for the rest of the year?
No, but I think they're going to be a number 1 or number 2 seed in the NFC.
Okay,
And
so
come playoff time.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Come playoff time.
So who's the rest of your top 5?
I like the Saints
Yep.
at 2. I like Denver at 1.
Yes.
I think the Seahawks fit
3.
right nicely in at 3.
Okay.
I have the Patriots still at 4.
All right.
And I like Kansas City, who's undefeated at 5.
All right, that's a solid top 5. I got Denver with you right at top. I have the Seahawks at number 2. Look, they lost a tough game to Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a very good
The
team.
Seahawks are better than the Saints.
Yes, Indianapolis
How?
is a very good. They play in a tougher
Are
division.
they undefeated?
No, but who has New Orleans been challenged by? Exactly.
Fair.
Okay, so Seahawks 2.
To Chicago.
Saints
On the road,
3.
they will go to Chicago.
They
win.
blew them out. That game was not
They
close.
beat Atlanta week 1.
That was their only challenge so far.
At Chicago. You cannot
Okay,
dismiss
Saints
Chicago
3.
as a decent
I
team.
have Saints 3. I have
Okay.
Saints 3, so relax.
Seattle struggled
Chiefs
against
4.
Carolina
Chiefs
week
4.
1, 12-7.
And
Give me a break.
Good teams win the games they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Great
And-
teams
and-
win the games they're not.
And then the Saints
All
are
right.
a great team, and that's why they're
Chiefs,
undefeated.
Chiefs were 4, and I have Colts 5.
I have no problem with that, but to say
right.
that the Saints are worse than the Seahawks right now doesn't make any sense
But
to me.
they.
Guys, there's still
All
teams
right.
that haven't won a game yet this year.
Yes, there is.
So what's going to happen with them? Are we seeing firings? Are we
Ooh.
seeing players getting traded, cut? What's next for the Giants, the Jaguars?
Yeah,
What are we looking at?
I'll get going with the Giants. I mean, what is there more to say? 0-5, and they look lifeless to me on the field. Eli has become a turnover machine. 3 intentional grounding penalties; those are going to kill you. And honestly, at the end of the year, we've seen a time in and time out in the NFL. Someone has to pay at the end of the season, and it's going to end up being Tom Coughlin. Eli Manning's not losing his job. Victor Cruz is not losing his nice 4 or 5 year deal he just got.
No.
Hakeem Nicks is not going anywhere. Jason Pierre-Paul isn't going anywhere. So you know what? Someone's going to have to pay. It's going to be Tom Coughlin. And you know what? With Dallas, losing to Denver, the Giants could have beat the Eagles and been 1 game back. They're still only 2 games back.
Yep.
But you know what? They are 0-5. They are done right at home. G-Men go home. Your season's over.
Here's why I know the G-Men season aren't over, because you just said it. They're only 2 games out of the division.
0-5,
And
Mitch.
Romo has a history of collapsing. You can count on it. Washington's in trouble. They haven't won a game
Romo
yet.
was
Electric,
amazing today.
but what did he do
Until
late
the
in the
fourth
game when it
quarter.
counted? What did he do? He choked.
And you know
he
what?
threw a pick.
And Jim Nance and Phil Simms brought it up in the broadcast.
Yep.
You knew that's what everyone was going to talk about.
Oh, because he has a history of doing it.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to head to South Carolina and find out why Jadeveon Clowney wasn't on the field yesterday. Stay with us. You're watching The Playing Field on WTOP.
I got no balls for losing. Shocking.
Drives it road all the time. Just had a few drinks. Just can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
We're just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. You'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shocking.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
The forest is precious. One careless act caused by people and its beauty could be gone for a lifetime. Protect our friends in the forest.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
October, which means the NFL draft is only 7 months away. At the beginning of the season, everyone and their brother said Jadeveon Clowney would be the #1 overall pick. Yesterday, he took himself out of the game in South Carolina. His team won yesterday without him, but his coach said he might not even play next week either. Matt, what's going on with Clowney and why isn't he playing?
Mr. Jadeveon Clowney, probably the best player in college football and undoubtedly the best player in the SEC.
Defensive or overall?
Overall. I mean, this guy is an absolute monster. And here's the thing with Clowney.
If he's a monster, why isn't he showing up on the stat sheet?
You see it right here. I mean, this is South Carolina.
Yep, on offense.
Let me finish.
Okay.
He's concerned about his NFL stock.
Yes,
he is concerned that if he gets hurt or he gets nicked up, there's going to be issue because he right now is a lock top 3 NFL pick, regardless of who goes up there. Unless there's 3 quarterbacks going 1, 2, 3, which there won't be. There very rarely is. He is going to be such a beast in the NFL that he doesn't want to get hurt. He doesn't want to ruin his stock. So you know what? Steve Spurrier, rightfully upset with him.
Yeah.
And saying, you know what? When Clowney comes back, he'll come back. And you know what? If I'm Clowney, I'm taking my sweet time. It is a business first. You got to make sure you get paid. I mean, it sounds bad, but it's almost
Because
like a
it
regular
is bad.
job.
Because it is
No, it's
bad.
not bad.
It is bad.
If you're a CEO of a company,
Yeah.
you're going to make sure you get your nice extension before you
But
go
he's
into a
not
big
the CEO
business
of
project.
company. He's not even.
He's going to be the CEO of whatever NFL
He's
team
not
comes
close to being paid right now. He's still got to
Not
get through
close
the
to being
rest of
going
the He's
paid.
got to get through the rest of the season. So even when he does come back, there's still a chance he gets hurt. So what do you want him to do? Sit on the sideline?
Well, here's the thing.
Mitch,
He
if
should
Clowney
play
sits-
for his team. He should play for an SEC title, and
No.
he should play for a chance to play.
Not the same as
in
being
the
a top 3
championship
NFL
game.
pick and getting a nice fat
If he,
contract.
if
Mitch,
he
where's
plays
he-
and he does well, he will get a bigger
Mitch,
contract.
where is this
He can't go any
whole
higher than
situation? How is it
two.
affecting his draft stock? He was going to be number
It's
1.
not. He's going to be number 1, 2, or 3 anyways.
You're
That's
right.
the thing.
You're
he
right.
can't
Just
go any
because I'm raw
higher.
talent, and
He's gonna
quite
be
frankly,
3 no
there's
matter
not
what.
that
Top
deep of
3
a
no
draft.
matter what.
Let me finish.
This is not that
Let-
deep of a draft. Do not say that.
It's not that
Do
deep of a
not say
draft
that.
at his
Oh,
position.
Fine.
So obviously, he's the best player in his position, and he's one of the
But he's
top 5 on everyone's board. However, this is an off-the-field issue which will hurt his stock. Look at Johnny Manziel's stock; it's falling because
Johnny Manziel's a second-round pick.
Look at his
David
off
Clowney's
the.
top
It's,
3.
his draft stock is falling because of his off-the-field issues.
Clowney has no off-the-field issues.
This is an off-the-field issue.
No, it's
He
not.
does not want to play.
Johnny Manziel's
he
not
is
a top
being
5
a
pick.
diva. Doesn't matter. You should.
You know about being a diva.
You know about it. Look at you right now.
Oh, no, give me your break. I'm
Jadavian Clowney should
right
be
now, that's
playing.
why.
Jadavian Clowney should be playing. There's
Can
not
he
a
go any
question.
higher than top 3?
As I
Yeah, he
said,
could go
we're in
number
October,
1 if
which
he
might
means
still
plays
go
and
number
plays
1.
well.
Hey, as I said, we're in October. The baseball season, the baseball postseason is finally underway.
Just gets me
And we've had
angry.
some really great series kick off the AL and the NLDS. Who makes it out of the AL and NLDS, Mitch? Out of the 4 teams that are there?
ALCS, I'm liking Detroit against Boston right now. Boston is rolling over Tampa Bay. They're up 2-0 in the series. Detroit 1-1, close series, but I still think at the end of the day, Detroit has the firepower to put it over. My X factor in that series is actually Miguel Cabrera. He kind of came into the playoffs on a little bit of a slump. Let's see if he can get out of it, continue back to that monstrous total of a year he had. And across the way in the NLCS, I like Pittsburgh and the Dodgers. Pittsburgh now up 2-1 after today. The Dodgers Braves game still in progress. Last I saw it was 4-5 in the third. Dodgers in favor. And my X factor there is Yasiel Puig. Which one do we get? Do we get the good Puig or do we get bad Puig?
My only issue, I like Boston. They're up 2-0. It's kind of hard not to pick against them. However, the Oakland A's, there's just something about them this year. I know last year they kind of were that surprise Cinderella team, but you see it here, the walk-off. They kind of have that magic. And are they going to go all the way? Who knows? But I am not picking against this team right now. A's will move on. They will end up taking on the Boston Red Sox. And on the other side, it's Bucktober. Pirates up 2-1 on the Cardinals. They'll close it out. They'll end up facing the Dodgers. And I like the Dodgers and Boston. I said it before the playoffs started. That kind of magical matchup that we want. We'll see Puig against the Red Sox. That'd be fun to watch.
It would be fun
A lot
to
of
watch.
Red Sox on the Dodgers, too.
They're up 2-0 in Tampa. It seems like they're going to make it, and that would be obviously an interesting
Yeah,
dynamic.
great story there. Well, after the break, we're going to head to the rink and fight over who's going to hoist Lord Stanley's Cup this season. Want to discuss this whole topic with us? Follow us on Twitter at TPF on TOP. Stay tuned for more.
Everyone has friends. There's online friends, friends to go out with on a Saturday night, friends to hang out with and do nothing, friends who show up on moving day. And then there are the friends who'll be there if someone is dealing with a mental illness. Are you one of those friends?
Hi, I'm Al Roker, class of '76, Oswego State University. You're watching WTOP, Channel 10. We didn't have this when I was in school. We just had radio and smoke signals.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles. Everybody bring it in.
I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
Since 2011, there's NHL hockey in October. The Chicago Blackhawks and the 29 other teams started their quest to raise Lord Stanley's Cup over the weekend. Matt, who's your early season favorite to win the Cup?
Mitch, my favorite to win the Stanley Cup this year is the LA Kings. They probably have the best goaltender in the league in Jonathan Quick. Dustin Brown, Mike Richards, Ante Kopitar. This is a physical team. They're going to put up a lot of points on you. And really the only team in that conference that I could see giving them a challenge is the San Jose Sharks. So for me, LA Kings, I know they won it a couple years ago. I expect them to return to the NHL Finals.
Good pick, good pick. I will take the reigning champs, Chicago.
It's tough to repeat.
I know, but when you return as many key players as it did, Kane, Hossa, Taves, Sharp, Keith, Seabrook, and Crawford in goal, without returning that core, without losing any major pieces.
Well, Mitch, how are the new divisions going to affect this year's Stanley Cup?
It clogs up the East to me. Look, if you're in the Metro Division in the East, you have to fight to get up towards the top. You got Pittsburgh, both New York teams, Philadelphia, Washington, and New Jersey just being major names in the Metro. You got to fight to get to the top.
And how about you got Detroit coming over to the East? They've been in the West since '93, '94, and the Rangers locally, they play in a division now with the Capitals and the Penguins.
Yep.
Going to be tough sledding right there.
Boys, Derrick Rose played in his first preseason game over the weekend. This was his first real action since tearing his ACL in 2012 NBA playoffs. Mitch, why did Rose take so much time off?
He said it was because he wasn't confident in his game. And as a basketball player, if you are not confident in yourself, you are not going to play well. I know his team could have used him during the playoff Stone, and I know that's what you're going to hit me with. But quite frankly, if he was on the court and he wasn't feeling like himself, it was a smart decision to sit out. He says he's back. He says he's better than ever. And Kevin Durant, one of the best scorers in the league, said he's going to return to dominance.
That doesn't mean anything.
If he's good enough for KD, then he's good enough for me.
That doesn't mean anything if a player that you're competing against praises you. That doesn't shock me or anything. I think D Rose, if he was there and he was helping that team, they had a shot all 5 of those games. I know the series ended 5. All 5 of those games were close, and they had a chance. The Bulls would have had a chance against the Heat to make it. It's tough, and you don't know the what-if game, but you saw what happened with Adrian Peterson. He came back and was a beast. I know it's the same injury,
but basketball's
different sport.
A different game.
I know,
if
but
you're not
if you're a
confident
Bulls
in your
fan,
shot
you're
or
just
your
like,
crossover,
oh man, if we had him.
Yeah,
Matt, if you're Derrick Rose, do you come back?
This year?
No, last year.
Oh, last year. Only, and in his heart, I really hope he wanted to come back. In his heart, I hope he was like, you know what, I got to get back on the court. I got to help my team win. Tough to know. I would have came back if I was him. At least give it a go in the playoffs if you know you can't get hurt.
If I'm a prolific player like D Rose, I'm thinking long term. I'm going to be around for a while.
Deal, so I mean,
no, not money,
factor.
not money. Titles. I'm thinking long term.
Not with Miami.
We don't know how long that's going to last.
Guys, we're going to take one final quick break. When we come back, we're going to have everybody's favorite segment, Rapid Fire. Stick with us. You're watching The Playing Field on WTOP.
A survey done by the Lifestyle Center found that 58.2% of SUNY Oswego students believe that the typical student consumes alcohol daily. In actuality, it's only 0.7%.
Hey, did you want to come out to that party with us tonight? No, thanks, I'm good. What about late night? Yeah, let's go. Great.
Overcoming misconceptions. Now that's style. This message was brought to you by the Lifestyle Center. For more information, visit oswego.edu/lifestyles.
A little gauge.
G morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me back.
You can figure out Jody's gonna
Hey, did you tell your parents about us?
Nice.
Let's skip first period together. Did you get all my texts? Is practice over yet? Where are you at? Are you with your friends? That's L-A-A-A-A-M-M-E-E-E. Capital X, lowercase o, capital X, lowercase o. I love you. JK. I hate you. JK. Are you ignoring me? We're in a huge fight right now. Is this something I did? I can see your lights on. I'm coming over. What'd you dream about? Me? I'm lonely. Holla back. Holla back. Let's try something new. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Welcome back to the playing field. I'm Matt Bishop, and joining me are still Matt Stone and Mitch Lamb. The Americans won their 5th straight President's Cup this weekend. The past 3 years' victories were clinched by Tiger Woods. He's looked great on the tour this year and really looks like he's getting back to the Tiger of old. Mitch, is Tiger Woods the best golfer of all time?
Absolutely not.
Oh, you had me until you changed.
Jack Nicklaus is the greatest golfer of all time, and it's not even competition. Look at his majors, 18. He won't be touched. Tiger has fallen off since that big scandal. He has not returned to form when it counts, which is the majors. Congratulations, you can
First
win
of all,
as many.
Jack has 14 majors, and so does Tiger. And Tiger is still going. PGA Tour wins, Tiger 79, Jack 64. Winning percentage, Tiger's won basically a quarter of all tournaments he's been in at 25.99%. And here's the thing, Tiger, the issue with him has always been coming back. Never been able to come back on a Sunday and really get that signature major win. But man, when he's won, he has owned the field. He's won by 8, 9, 10 shots.
When was the last time he won a major?
Yeah, but he had that run from the mid-2000s that he was by far the guy.
Yeah, and he's lost that aura. It's not the same anymore. Tiger will not be the greatest golfer of all time.
I think he already is.
No.
I think he's got 15 more. He's got 15 more PGA Tour wins.
It doesn't matter. It's not about the minor tours. It's about the majors.
It's like saying playoffs and regular season.
Yeah, exactly. The majors are the playoffs.
Okay, but so Peyton Manning's not the best, one of the best quarterbacks of all time?
No, he is, but he's not the best because he hasn't won enough rings.
I think that's fair, but...
We don't have much time left, so let's jump right into rapid fire. Guys, any change in the AP NCAA poll this weekend in the top 10?
Yes, Jameis Winston and Florida State jumped up to 6.
Yeah, but watch out for Oklahoma. They're going to be a team to watch as the season goes down.
If you're Chip Kelly, are you sticking with Nick Foles after today?
No, that offense is built for Michael Vick. If he's healthy, you got to go with him.
Yeah, Vick's healthy, you got to keep with him.
Where's Josh Freeman going to end up?
I think he should end up in Minnesota, but he'll probably chase a ring in San Francisco.
Breaking news, Bills intensifying efforts to get him. He's going to land up in Buffalo.
Is Shino on the chopping block in Tampa Bay?
Greg Schiano, yes.
Schiano not going anywhere as of right now.
He's on chopping block.
We're going to have you guys have a great night. We'll be back here at 11 next Sunday. You're watching The Playing Field on WTOP. Have a great night.
Welcome to A Moment in the Wild, brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. This bull elk and his cows now share the woods in a good many areas with a species that was almost designated as the national symbol of our country, the wild turkey. Because the young turkeys are a prey species for several predators, including the lynx, they've developed the ability to fly within the first 2 to 3 weeks of life. Remember, however, that it's habitat that's the key to keeping our rich and varied wildlife.
Way back in 1981, and my favorite TV station way back then, of course, WTOP.
Attention students and faculty. Avery Rental Properties is now renting for the next school year. Avery accommodates all group sizes, small or large. Avery Rental Properties. Make our house your home. 24-hour maintenance, garbage removal, snow removal, and off-street parking. Avery Rental Properties. 315-343-5005.
And the Lakers oust Cortland 50 to 98-20.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles.
Everybody bring it in.
I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.